All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. We got mods in here. It's some mods in this house. Some mods in this house. Man, what's good, my boy? What's good, man? All right. So, what's up, y'all? Nothing's new. Nothing's new. Nothing happened today. Nothing crazy happened today. Nothing happened that upset me. It was like a perfect day. Nothing. No news. No San Antonio Spurs news upset me. Thanks for a super chat. He says, Clan, I might need a verse on the germ, the worm. Keep your head up, brother. We're winning the chip. Good hockey sub? Adjustments. And oh, yeah, for sure. And the third, Mitch? Yeah. Clan's still in denial. It's okay. Oh, you finally got it, Larry? Good. Finally got your merch. I need to start pushing it more. I think I'm going to push it more and more once March hit, because that's when we don't have the sponsorships. I try not to bombard you guys with sponsorships. Like, we hit the one sponsor and then I like completely forget to plug my own stuff. Yeah, we getting a Dear Sochan. Thanks for the super chat. And yeah, yeah, easily. I might even buy a beat. I might buy a beat this time. Yeah, you had to give me some time though. I haven't had any time. I thought I would have time today to write it. No time. I got behind on my Japanese vocabulary, and it completely screwed me up. Isogashi. It's gonna be okay, Clan. I'm okay. I'm just waiting for people to come in. We'll talk about it. It's like I want to talk about this game, but also, like, let's see. All-Star weekend is this weekend, right? And the Spurs don't play until after? Am I right? Yeah, we don't play until next Thursday. So, like, I can kind of literally just do what I want here. What I'm thinking what I'll do is, you know, I don't want to be on that late. I always say this, but, like, literally only 40 minutes tonight. I have to go to bed. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll just go until then, until I'm ready to get off. I think we'll be able to do about 3 segments. The Jeremy one shouldn't be that long. Cap's victory tour. I'm sure he didn't actually, like, happy about it. No one should be happy. Like, you should be happy for Jeremy, but, like, this is a dumb situation, guys. Like, absolutely dumb situation. Like, the Primo thing was unavoidable, but this situation is very dumb. I'll get into it in a minute. Clan, when are you moving to Japan? Let's get some matcha. Oh, are you in Japan? I'll be in Japan in August. End of July, beginning of August. I think it'll just be the beginning of August. Pouring out for Jeremy. Low-key can't wait until he plays us. He did him dirty. We did him dirty. Yeah. I saw someone, and thanks for the super chat, man. I saw someone else talk about that. Like, they were speculating if he'll go to Memphis, which would be crazy because I'm going to that Memphis game, the Spurs-Memphis game. So that would actually be crazy. But yeah, everybody on our team is going to have a hard time scoring on him if he's guarding them, except for Wemby. I don't think Wemby have a hard time. Just threw away the pick. Kinda, yeah. Like that whole, let's see, was it 20? Like, it's kind of for nothing. Actually, no. What did we get? Thanks for the super chat. What's up, clan? Good night, clan. Good night. Thanks for the super chat. You guys are so nice today. So what did we get for... Yeah, we kind of threw it away. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We kind of threw it away. Yeah, that's not an exaggeration, actually. Yeah, it's actually not an exaggeration. Yeah, it's not an exaggeration. Yeah. I seen Sochan to Chicago. Is that what's going on? Sochan to Suns or Knicks. Poor Bulls. Is he... Footy, we are not going to be hating on this man. Is it the Bulls? Imagine he goes to the Knicks. Dude, we do not need him at the Knicks, bro. Knicks are already tough enough to deal with. He's like a perfect fit for them, too. We do not need to mess around with the Knicks. It is just such a confusing situation. Confusing situation. Let's just talk about it. Let's just dive straight into it. Yeah, we'll just dive straight into it. Let's just go straight into it, okay? So first and foremost, let me just address the Sochan haters. Like, I understand that most of the time when I get Jeremy Sochan haters, it's mostly because I've been so defensive, combative, and I take back nothing I said about him. I think he's very talented, and I do think that we wasted quite a bit of this talent here. But with that being said, I will say that I don't think anybody should be necessarily happy with how this came about. This was actually pretty bad. Pretty bad. Gonna miss Jeremy. Yeah, I think most people are going to miss Jeremy. There's those very few that just want to hate and say crazy stuff, but I just think that how this went down was so bad, bro. It was so bad. But like, in a way, I am happy. When I saw the news, it was so bittersweet, man. It was absolutely so bittersweet, especially after last game. But before we talk about it, I'll give you my thoughts on it. What I think might have happened, I have no idea. And I really want to just bounce my ideas off of the chat too, because there's quite a few people in here tonight. But big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link in the description. Just use promo code CLAN and you get a 100% match up to $100. As always, any bet that you put out there, anything that you put out there, obviously there's going to be a little bit of a risk. But if you're feeling good about it, go check it out. But one thing I really do love is when you can go over here and look at the live scores, see what's going on, play-by-plays, updates. You go straight to the NBA section, and they actually changed quite a bit on here, and it's pretty nice. You can just see everything right off the bat, and I'm often on there when the Spurs are playing. So go check it out. Link in the description. Download it. All that good jazz. Okay. All right. So Jeremy Sochan is gone. I've been seeing quite a bit of mourning from Spurs Nation. Not just myself, but basically everybody. Basically everybody. Now, let me say this, though. Let me say this. I am actually happy that they went through with this, because that last game, when you started to put in Biyombo over Jeremy, it just feels like, what's the point? You know, like, if he's going to be on the team, what's the point? You didn't trade him. He was already going to be a restricted free agent. I think the Spurs, more than likely what happened is the front office thought, and probably talked to Sochan about it, hey, play out the rest of the season. Then by the end of this thing, maybe we can do like a sign and trade. It's really hard to do a sign and trade with a restricted free agent, but maybe they were like, hey, we can do like a sign and trade or something like that. You know, we scratch your back, you scratch ours, and we'll get you where you want to go. More than likely, that's what the case was after the Spurs didn't get anything or what they wanted suitable back. But good God almighty, man, what more than likely happened was the front office attempted to trade him. They didn't like what the offers were coming back, because you already tanked his value, basically, by not playing him at all. And people can use that against you. And they know that he's on an expiring contract. He's going to be a restricted free agent. What's the point? So you don't do that. you tell them, hey, just play the rest of the season. Sochan's like, okay, I'll be there for my teammates. I'll do my best. And maybe I'll have an opportunity to play. And then you go into this game, this previous game against the Lakers. You kill him by 100 points, and he doesn't even get garbage time. At that point, I think that's when the San Antonio Spurs front office saw, like, okay, because they're pretty separate. Like, they stay in communication, but our front, and this is a good thing. This is actually a good thing. The front office isn't just like hovering over the coaching staff all the time and telling them this is what you need to do and this is what you need to do, right? So everyone does their job, and it works. It works pretty well that way. So they probably noticed this, and more than likely, Jeremy Sochan probably says something to the front office like, "Hey, I'm not getting any playing time. Can you just let me go? Like, if I'm not going to have the opportunity, just let me go." And that's what they end up doing. It's a complete waste. Our 2022 NBA draft, you basically got nothing. I'm also like freezing for some reason. I don't know. I think my stream's upset about him being gone too. Yeah, you basically got nothing. Just to be honest with you guys, like, you got Kelly Olynyk, and I think a second round pick. Yeah, you got a second round pick and Kelly Olynyk. That's what you got from this 2022 draft. That's bad. With the Primo stuff, it was completely understandable, right? Like, what happened? What do you do? You know, get out of here. You got to go. This was avoidable. This did not have to happen like this at all. The Spurs got nothing from the 2022 draft. So for that, my fan part of it, or maybe not, is that the fan part of me? I don't know what part of that is of me, but maybe both of them are the fan part. But part of me is like, wow, that sucks. And it was mostly, I think, the coaching staff. But because of what happened in the middle of last season with the Popovich stroke, and it became Mitch Johnson's team, he didn't really use Sochan, and he didn't see the vision for trying to utilize Sochan, where Popovich had more of a long-term idea of what he'll do with Jeremy. That's why he was putting him in so many different situations. But Mitch basically saw what's going on right now. Another speculation that I have, because we went back and we looked at some of the Mitch Johnson interviews from back when last season, when Sochan was having good games, and how he responded. And then we took a look at his statement the other day when he was talking about Jeremy on the team. And it really does come across almost as if, I don't know if it's a personality clash, but, you know, Jeremy is somebody that's very playful, right? Like, he's very playful. We got multitude of clips of him being a jerk to teammates in a playful way. Like, it's all good and fun. And we know that he can be pretty, controversial. I would not be surprised with Mitch Johnson being a new coach and him having so much to lose, and him being quietly more serious than what you see from Popovich. Because now Popovich, when he first started, Popovich was really stern. And as time went on, he loosened the grip a little bit, and, he's what the Pop we know now. So I just wouldn't be surprised if, with him being a new coach, him having so much to lose, if the dynamic between him and Jeremy wasn't as strong, or maybe it was some type of like power thing where it's like, hey, this is my team. You're going to play when I tell you you're going to play. And I only throw that out there because of some of the press conferences that we listened to. That was a little weird. Like that last one where he just said, he won't get to play when he wants to play. But you got to be ready for your opportunity. That works with certain players. I don't think that works with a top lottery pick. Like you can't just do that. To me, I thought it was handled very poorly, this entire thing. And obviously the outcome of it is we got nothing. Now, that's part of me. That's the part of me that's upset, is that I feel like you wasted talent and we got nothing from it. But the part of me that's happy, because when I actually saw the news, funny enough, I know you guys probably don't believe this, I was actually quite happy when I got the news, because I was so angry with how we've been handling this situation. I feel like, hey, he's on the roster, he's talented enough, make it work. And I had this fear that and I still kind of have this fear, but he's a young coach, but I have this fear that with Mitch Johnson, everything in his mind is like, this is how the team is set up. This is how I want to run things. And if you're a little bit outside of that vision, then I can't do anything with you, right? And I truly do have that fear. And even Popovich had to kind of learn, like, not everybody is just like perfect system player. Some people are a little bit more unorthodox, and you got to work with that, like Manu Ginobili. But with Jeremy, he's not just a little bit hard to deal with as far as trying to figure out how you're going to use him on a team. He's very versatile, so that's what makes it pretty difficult. But also he has the personality as well that could make it possibly pretty difficult if your coach is a little too stern, which I feel like Mitch Johnson's personality seems of which. But with that being said, I was actually happy because how we've been doing Jeremy, I really wanted him to just be somewhere else. I was getting so tired of watching these games and the Spurs struggle in certain areas, and then he just sits on the bench the entire time. Or we have good God, guys, we had a game. Biyombo gets DMPs all season. We had a game where we started Biyombo over Jeremy. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I was hoping we can get something out of it, but if it came down to watching Jeremy just rot on a bench for an entire season when it's literally his contract year coming up, or if it's us get a couple second-round picks, I'll choose Jeremy to get out of here. I mean, second-round picks and maybe like a role player or something like that in the offseason. I would much rather Jeremy just go do your thing, right? Just go do your thing. Sochan is bun. Stop yapping. Check this out. Watch this. You'll never have to hear me yap again. You'll never hear a yap again. He thought he could just hide in the comments. He was like, "Oh, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people leaving comments. He won't see this." No, check this out, Chris. Watch this. You'll never see me again. Watch this. Watch this. I'll just put you on timeout for 24 hours. Anyways, but yeah. But overall, I'm really, I'm sad, but I'm also pretty happy that he's going to get another opportunity. And hopefully we play him this season wherever he goes. But just a bad situation, guys. I mean, it was the Primo stuff. It happened. Nothing you can do about it. This, pretty bad. But I'm not upset. I'm upset. I've been way more upset. I'm as as far as the situation, I am way better now than I was yesterday. Funny enough. So yeah. And also people that are talking about what was I about to say? Oh, people that were talking about, am I going to do a Dear Sochan song to it? Yeah, obviously. Just give me some time on it. But yeah, obviously I'm going to do that. Like, that would be crazy not to. But yeah. Anywho, Clan's favorites are always getting cut from the team. Kinda, yeah. Well, not. Yeah, I guess so. Because it was, well, not Manu. I mean, Manu stayed the whole time. What did we have? Manu, Kawhi, then Kawhi did what he did. Derek White was one of my favorites. I really thought Primo could be something. And then he was weird. And then this Sochan thing, I'm sorry guys, I think this is just a misstep from the team. This is one of those where I'm not necessarily mad at the front office. It's just a really bad combo of new coaching staff. I think with Sean Sweeney and Mitch Johnson, they didn't really know or see a vision in which they can fully instill Sochan, so that really hurt his chances there. And yeah, it was just bad timing, I think. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But a lot of people are upset. But yeah, my dog Clan is hurt. I understand, bro, though. I'm okay. I'm actually okay. And also, didn't I just... Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I thought that was the same person. And also, those people that were like... Because there was a few people that was really weird about stuff. They're like, "Oh, what are you going to do when Sochan leaves? Are you going to just keep talking about No. This is a Spurs channel, okay? We're going to keep talking about the Spurs just like we did before Sochan and after Sochan, all right? It's a Spurs channel. I can care less, all right? Once he's on another team, right now he's a free agent. Once he's on another team, he's an op, okay? I wish the best for him, but just like Derek White, we haven't talked about Derek White in forever. And I love Derek White way more than Jeremy. I don't know if you guys were around back then, but Derek White was my guy. That was my guy. But anywho, Spurs are going to be fine, obviously. Now the question is, they have to pick up somebody. They're going to pick up somebody. And what I think you should do, if he clears and he's healthy and the Spurs feel like he'll be able to play the rest of the games this season, I really want Matisse Thybulle, man. I think that would be a really good pickup because that's a guy that Mitch Johnson would like. You got a defensive player in him. Spurs still struggle in the perimeter a little bit. But yeah, he's shooting quite well from three. That was one thing that people was like telling me, and I'm like, the stats just don't say that. Here, if we go to Matisse Thybulle, I saw people telling me like, oh, the stats are just horrible. He can't shoot from three. It's like, since when? I mean, if you're talking back, what, 2021? I mean, since then he shot pretty well. Like, 26.5 3-point percentage, 25%. And one thing I looked at too, I went and looked at, and he didn't play that much the last two seasons, but I went and looked at what Trailblazer fans were saying, and when he was released, they were actually really upset. They're like, oh, he was shooting so well, and so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Thybulle's too short. I'm to the point right now, bro. We need another spot. We're gonna have to fill that spot. I'm at the point right now where I'm not really concerned with that necessarily. As far as the Spurs adding a premier power forward or wing, that might not happen until the offseason. And that might not happen until the draft, which we should get another lottery pick with the Hawks being the Hawks. A late lottery pick, but yeah, we'll be okay. You said Kevin Love? Sorry for your loss, clan. I'm okay. I'm genuinely okay. I think a lot of people thought I'll get on here and like be like crying or whatever. It's okay. It's good. I'm glad that he's gone. I'm genuinely glad that they let him go because I got tired of getting on here and being so upset, bro. So upset, so irritated. But I'm glad he's gone for sure. Not in the way that haters think, but like out of love. Like, you gotta go, bro. Like, the way that they're treating you, you gotta go. This is ridiculous. But yeah, that's my take. It is what it is. Move on. We're gonna be all right. Said Boban. The team is good and will be great. Other than Sochan stuff, glad we're going forward with this group of players. Yeah, we'll be all right. I can't believe this day finally came. All right, Chandler. Well, Chandler, he's off the team now, so you'll never talk about him ever again, right? Anywho, did I just get a message? Who messaged me? Oh, I see. Woo. I see what's going on. Bobo. Y'all just saying stuff. Chandler Rage Pay. I'm actually, it's kind of funny because a lot of haters are glad that they'll never hear me again, like talk about Sochan, but I am so glad I'll never see y'all again. Oh my God. Anywho. All right. Should I talk about this game or should we talk? I really hate that my stream deck doesn't work. I need to buy a new one. I might just buy a new one soon. That would be nice. So I can switch screens easier than what I've been doing. So frustrating. Because I don't really know what button is which on here. I forgot. I set up hotkeys and I can't remember what the hotkeys were. Alright guys, let's see here. We got any post-game stuff? Or should we just talk about the game? We'll go to Basketman. Basketman. I'm sure there's going to be people talking about Jeremy leaving? No, it's 3 weeks ago. Hold on. 9 days. Oh, Basket Man hasn't posted in a while. Never mind. I'm realizing how reliant I was on him. Or her. Let's see, let's go to San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs. Nothing? Okay. Slow-mo is a good one. We can't get slow-mo. Slow-mo's already on a team. I actually want Kyle Anderson. I don't know how it would work, but those outlet passes, man. I'm sure they would be beautiful. He's nasty too. People do not give him credit for like his personality. He is a true leader. That dude is nasty. Bring back the GOAT Doug McDermott. How about we don't do that? We have enough issues when it comes to defense. I guess we can talk about this team or this game. This one gonna make him mad. Somebody got to do it. Clan, you old rascal. Oh, Clan, you. All right. All right. I got quite a few takes with this game against the Golden State Warriors, and I agree with some of y'all, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I agree with some of y'all. When you said that you don't want to see them, I kind of agree. Just a little bit. So before we get into this, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Use promo code CLAN. You get 100% match up to $100. I'm trying to see how fast I can say that. But I really like the score section that they have on here, so you can keep up with what's going on around the league. Every single time that the Spurs are playing, I jump on there. I look at the stats. I look at the play-by-plays. So I just try to see what's going on and keeping up with our ops. It's kind of nice because we're finally in a position where we can pay attention to other teams, or like we can care. I guess that's what I'll say. We probably all like paid attention to other teams, but we can actually care. Now, almost every team in the West, when they play, it can have an effect on us. Whether who we're playing in the first round, who's a threat to take our crown. If they're playing the Hawks, that could be a big thing for us. If they're an Eastern team, we want them to get ahead of the Hawks. Like, it's actually fun. But if you guys want to use Sleeper just for that, do daily fantasy later, that's cool. Just go download the app, link in the description. Go check it out. All right, go check that out for your boy. Also, I never plug my own stuff. Just really quick. All right, just really quick. Also, if you guys want some merch, go check it out. I'm actually going to be closing down the shop in the next few months. Shout out to Larry in the chat. He said he just got his stuff. Love you, my boy. But if anybody else, you want to get some merch, go check it out. I actually fulfill orders at the end of each month. And I'm going to be closing down the shop because I will be moving to Japan. Let me go ahead and answer this because people are going to ask the question. Number one, is it permanent? It's going to be as long as I probably can. I'll see how I like it, but like minimum 3 years. That's my mindset right now. So that's the first question. Number two, will the channel end? No, like I'm going to still be doing my thing. Okay. Yeah. So don't worry about that. Channel continues. It'll be a little weird because obviously we'll be like the time difference will be really off, and I might have to wait to watch games at times and then live stream the next day, which would be kind of strange. But when it's on the weekends, you know, it might be pretty nice, right? But yeah, the merch looks cool. Yeah, go check it out. Link in the description. It's Clan the Merch Fan. Okay, clanthemerchfan.com. Go check it out. Link below. All right. So the San Antonio Spurs took on the Golden State Warriors, and I'm starting to buy into what some Spurs fans are selling. And what are they selling, Clan? What do you mean? Is it the merch on your merch shop? No, it's not the merch on my merch shop. what they're selling is they don't want to see the Golden State Warriors because we've had some issues with them this season. And I wasn't buying it because I said, hey, we match up so well with them. But man, is it weird. It's like we match up well with them, but then we don't match up well with them for reasons unrelated to personnel. It is so frustrating. It is so frustrating because when you look at our roster on paper, you got Wembanyama. Who can guard him? I mean, Draymond Green is a phenomenal defender, even still. But, like, he's Wemby, right? Like, they don't really have a true big man that can guard him, right? He should just be able to just take over and do whatever he wants. And then also, we have a lot of, and now that I don't know why Carter only got 9 minutes tonight. That bothered me even watching the game. But now we have Carter Bryant playing more, and we have some pretty good perimeter defenders, even though we have bad perimeter defense. I don't really understand that. But you got Carter Bryant, Steph Castle. On paper, this is good. Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie. Like, it's pretty nice. Even Keldon's playing a little bit better. It was some missteps in this game, but I mean, how can I get mad at him? He was excellent today. But yeah, it was just one of those things, man, where it's just like, hey, why would we have any issues, right? Like, we have everything. They don't have a big man, so we can get to the paint easily, or we should be able to get to the paint easily. Like, there should be no problems. But the reason why the Warriors scare me, and they're starting to scare me, is because obviously you'll have Steph Curry, in which, like I said, our perimeter defense has not been the best. So take that as you will. Hopefully we put Carter Bryant on him, but still, good luck. And then on top of it, you have a team that's very experienced and very well coached, and they have their system set in place. And man, it is really hard to beat if they really great, or previously great, and it's a previous dynasty. Like the Golden State Warriors, really great teams like this will make you start to play the way that they play. Like, they're so efficient as far as what they're going to do, or at least they're so solid in what they're going to. They're not that great of a team, don't get me wrong, but they know what they're going into the game to do. They're sure of it, and they're not going to go off the script too much. But they have the coach that can do that, because I think Steve Kerr is a really great coach. So when you're the San Antonio Spurs, and this season you just now established that identity, it's very easy for you to start to lean into what other team is doing when they're so sure of themselves and constantly doing it and being efficient at it. And you kind of saw that with us, right? Like, the Golden State Warriors were shooting lights out at one point in this game, and you kind of saw the Spurs starting to settle, like really settle for some bad 3-point shots. And it wasn't until the third quarter where, and kudos to Mitch Johnson, because I had no faith, guys. I thought this was going to be one of those, I don't know what to do, put in Luke Cornett with Wemby and just see what happens. He did not do that, because personnel-wise, it doesn't make any sense. But he's been doing it a multitude of times in personnel-wise that it didn't make sense. But he didn't do that. He actually put in Keldon, and he put in Dylan Harper, and he basically just told them, attack the paint. I'm assuming that's what he told them. I don't know. But he told them, attack the paint, attack the paint, attack the paint, get as many easy buckets as you possibly can. And no one could stop Keldon when he actually stopped settling for shots and started taking his shots. Same thing with Dylan Harper. There's no one on their team that can guard him. Easily no one on the team that can guard him. Another thing, too, that he did was, now I will give Steph Castle a little leeway because he's coming off of an injury, but Steph Castle was absolutely horrid today. And like I said, coming off an injury and everything, but it's still the way that the Spurs play him. He hold on to the ball way too long. As you guys know, we looked at, if I go to it, I have to remember exactly what that one is. I can just try to glance, but we took a look at something that kind of show. Oh, no. It won't be on this. It will be on the NBA. It'd be on the NBA website. Take my word for it. Okay, we got a video out on this. Basically, what it showed was they have stats, very specific stats on what players' percentages are based on how many dribbles that they take. And with Steph Castle, and this is a huge difference between him and Dylan Harper, okay? This isn't me pinning them against each other. It's just me saying this is what I think the roles could be. This is what's most efficient, it seems, based on the eye test and the analytics here. The more dribbles that Steph Castle takes, his percentages drop drastically. And if you go and you look at that Mavs game where he had 40 points and he was balling out, a multitude of those possessions weren't necessarily like ISO ball, let me just attack. It was off of it was curling off screens, it was off ball movement as well. He didn't take that many, that many dribbles, and he also was attacking what the defense was giving him very, very well, taking good mid-range shots, just taking good shots overall. Very smart game from him. Some putbacks, stuff like that. Wide open 3-point shots. Like it was nice. It was really nice to see, but it was not him dribbling the ball. So the more he dribbles, the lower his percentages go. Like they completely tank. And it's the opposite with Dylan Harper. The more that he dribbles, the higher his percentages are. So I think that just kind of shows that Dylan just creates shots for himself much better, right? And he can make the defense move much better with the ball just being in his hands. And in this game, I say all that to say this. In this game, they did a lot of Steph Castle, ISO, balls not moving, ugly offense. He forced a shot. He committed a turnover. It was just bad, bruh. It was so bad. And it was really nice, though, that Mitch Johnson recognized this. He benched him, and Dylan Harper got way more minutes. Well, 8 more minutes, but that's pretty significant, especially when you're talking about Castle, a player that Mitch Johnson just will give 40 minutes no matter what. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. So, but in this game, I think it kind of showed his ugly head where what happens when you do that. But also Steph Castle, he's coming off an injury. I'm not angry at him or anything like that. Even if the Spurs would have lost this game, I wouldn't be in here saying it's Steph Castle's fault. It's just, it is what it is, It is what it is. Thanks for a super chat. He says, Gregory says, farewell to Jeremy and all the best to him. Tear it up and prove these haters wrong. Number 10. Oh, man. Yeah, a lot of Spurs fans are mourning today. But yeah, so moving on. Steph Castle, really horrid, terrible game. But once again, coming off an injury, it is what it is. And I'm not mad at him or anything. It's just one of those games. Devin Vassell continues to offensively be inconsistent. Like, I don't know what other way to put that. It's like he's so important to the team, and he moves the ball well, and he makes some really key plays in these games. But like I said before, if you're going to be the fourth option, you can be inconsistent and no one's going to notice. I have not seen much Devin Vassell hate over this season because not only the Spurs are winning, but when you're a lot of these games fourth option, no one cares, and you only notice like the big shots. And but yeah, he makes some pretty timely shots at times. But Devin Vassell's been pretty, as far as scoring wise. De'Aaron Fox, one of his best games of the season. Once again, the Spurs turned it up a notch, said attack, attack, attack. He did a really great job. He had 3 steals in there, 27 points, 11 for 16. I mean, you can't ask for anything else than that. Vic had a good game. Could have been better, but, they were getting really rough with him. I really hated that Victor decided to start settling for some shots because of the physicality that the Warriors were inflicting on him. I get it. You're in a back-to-back, but it was pretty rough. I think another thing, too, that people need to kind of recognize is most of the time when you jack up threes, it's basically a turnover, especially when you're dealing with guards, right? But because Victor Wembanyama, and this is my opinion, because he is so fast, so quick, such a great defender, and he affects even fast breaks if he's on it, when he misses a 3-point shot, I don't think it hurts you as much as if a guard took a 3-point shot, right? Because he's right back into the play. And, even if they or make that outlet pass, he's swarming around you. You don't even want to risk it, right? So it's a little different when Vic jack up shots, but still, you don't want to just jack up shots. You don't want to just miss out on, on opportunities or whatnot. Julian Champagnie stats don't look as great. Defensively, he was okay. But that's just what you expect from Julian. And by the way, don't let anyone tell you that Julian Champagnie is a better player than Devin Vassell. I've been seeing that go around. Please stop saying that. Please stop saying that. I love both of them, but come on. Don't be like that. Moving on. Harrison Barnes has some timely shots. That's all I care about. Yes, he was 0 for 4. Very timely shots. He did a good job. Keldon, oh my God, he saved this game. I thought it was going to be a wrap, especially when Keldon missed those early threes. And I was just like, he's just not in it. He's not in it tonight, back-to-back and whatnot. But did his thing, turned it up a notch, got into the paint like every single second. Nice. By the way, guys, like I said, even if Keldon has like a stretch of 10 bad games, it's going to take a lot for me to go back on the Keldon love. Like, he's been that great this season. It took me a while. I didn't want to just, like, after 5 games say, hey, guys, Keldon's here. No, he's here. He's doing a phenomenal job. He fits very well for what the Spurs are asking of him. Carter should have played more. It is what it is, especially with our struggles with that perimeter when they were shooting so many threes. Because I thought Carter's defense was pretty good when he was out there. Luke Cornett, it's not. I'm really I hate myself for not saying much about Luke Cornett because he's just so solid. So I just never have anything to say. I'm just happy he's here. He's here. New thumbnail claim. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to change that live thumbnail line. Dylan Harper did his thing. He was awesome. Not much else to say. Oh, no, actually, I do want to say something about this. People are starting to see it as hate when I say Dylan Harper is our future primary point guard. And people have gone in my opinion, I think it's right, though. I think people have gone way too far with the whole point guard by committee. No, you don't have to do a point guard by committee. Oh, this player runs point, this player runs point, this player runs point. Yes, that happens, but with our team, I don't necessarily think it has to be like that. When I say primary point guard, I mean when you absolutely need things to calm down and you need a play to be set and somebody that has the ball that's going to make the right play, quick time decision making, can create his own shot if need be, quick, just good point guard. That's what I mean by primary point guard, because you can't just be like, because we have multitude of players that can bring the ball down the court, but if we absolutely need to calm things down and we need to set the pace, I don't want to just do point guard by committee. Like I think that's ridiculous. And I think even in this game you kind of saw that mainly Dylan Harper was the point guard. Yes, De'Aaron Fox ran the offense a little bit. Yes, Steph Castle did it way too much early, but as the game went on, it was Dylan Harper's offense, right? So I think that's totally fine. So overall, that's what I mean. It doesn't mean like another player is trash, another player is bad or anything. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that I think Dylan Harper is truly like potentially star, like a really great star. And when the ball is in his hands, he's very difficult to guard, right? Like very difficult to guard. But he just makes some really great passes in there. No, he's not there yet. Obviously, he's a rookie, but I want as many reps as possible. Like it's not going to hurt anything, right? Like if he's out there and we're in the playoffs and he starts screwing up, I mean, you gotta sit, But I want as many reps as humanly possible, because the weird thing about this team is, though we're very young, I, as a fan, and what I've been seeing from this team and how I've seen us go against other really great teams as of late, I have high expectations. Like, I expect us to be in the Western Conference Finals at this point. Like, that's how good I think the Spurs are. And at that point, it's a toss-up, and I can see the Spurs winning it all. Is it a long shot? No, I don't think it's a long shot. But is it going to be very, 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 very difficult? Yes. I do think it's going to be very difficult. Totemo? Sorry. Trying to think Japanese stuff. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Extremely difficult. But we have the talent. We have enough veterans. And the weird thing about it is we're going to go as far as Dylan Harper, Steph, Wemby, and the young guys can kind of take us. And that's just is what it is, But anywho, let's see. I would love it if the Lakers fall to the 7th seed. We can low-key sweep them. Oh, yeah, we would sweep the Lakers. But, you know, you're making the assumption that the Spurs will be second. That's where you're going wrong, my friend. I think that's where you're going wrong, my friend. Because the Spurs are on the Thunder's tail. And if we even tie with them, they are under us because we beat the living crap out of them this season. But we're only about 3 games off from them. And the Thunder are coming up on some tough ones. So they destroyed the Suns. Absolutely destroyed the Suns. But pretty soon, they're going to have some tough ones. They're going to have the Cavs, Raptors. Spurs are going to have to go on a run, don't get me wrong. But this stretch right here is where it's like, ooh, Knicks, Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, Wolves, Magic. That is a pretty tough 6-game stretch. So I think that would be our opportunity to be able to swoop in and do our thing. It doesn't mean we don't have some hard ones. We got some pretty difficult ones in here, right? Like I think Knicks, Pistons, Clippers, that's going to be some tough ones. I'm going to disrespect the Rockets and say that's an easy win. We got the Celtics. We'll be fighting for that one. Nuggets, you know, we got some tough ones, but not like them. Their schedule is very difficult finishing off. So, but yeah. And it's also really nice that we got a little bit of distance from that 3rd seed. I'm pretty confident in saying if everyone stays healthy and we're good to go, the Spurs will be 2nd or 1st. I don't see us dropping off the face of the earth. And even if we lose certain guys for a few games or whatnot, like the Spurs have shown that they got a strong enough core that even if a few guys go down, they're out for a few games, they don't just completely fall off. What did we go, like 10-3 without Wemby? 9-3, 10-3? Funny enough, I actually expected. I think that was what I predicted when we talked about it. But yeah. Anywho, those are my thoughts on the game. It was great. It was nice to see the Spurs. I actually didn't even talk about how like they were disengaged in this game, and I'll say that just briefly. The Spurs were not 100% there, but you're on a back-to-back. I understand. You just had a teammate that got waived. You know, it's a lot of changes. The dynamic changed a little bit, so they were just kind of out of sorts a little. But I did think that Wemby was engaged the entire time, even at times where his mind slipped, where he was ball watching that one play. Overall, he was engaged with teammates, you know, communicating exceptionally well. And yeah, the Spurs just have so many weapons. As soon as you shut down a couple, you know, someone else can destroy you, right? And it's not going to be many games where Devin, Castle, Harper, Keldon, Wemby, and Fox and Julian have bad games. Because it's kind of getting to the point where if even 3 or 4 of those guys have decent games, the likelihood of you losing is pretty high. But yeah, Spurs are doing great. Something just popped up on my screen. I don't know what that was. Anyways, Daryl says Carter Bryant is next. He cut Jeremy and Carter doesn't get real minutes because Mitch can't coach. See OKC tonight. Mitch and Brian need to be stopped. Brian Wright has done a phenomenal job. I can't even blame him for this. I don't think that this is the thing. I don't think the front office knew that the coaching staff wasn't going to play him at all. But what more than likely what happened is the agreement was, hey, just stick with the team. And then Sochan says something. And then that's when they were like, all right, man, yeah, it's fine. We got to let you go. We got to let you explore other teams and do right by you, right? That's more than likely what happened. I will agree with you that Mitch has very much so been frustrating me. I will never go as far as to say, well, never is a strong word. I wouldn't say that, but right now, present time, I will not go as far as say Mitch can't coach. I think Mitch can coach very well. I think the bigger issue is one that might be a young coach thing where, you know, you have a vision for what this team is going to be, and anyone that maybe steers from that path just a little bit, and you have so much to lose, you know, you can't really get creative enough to make that work. Because you got to be creative with Jeremy. Like you can't just be like, he's versatile enough, he's just backup center. Like you can't do that. And when Popovich was doing those things, it was for a reason. It was for development, but you can't just throw him in there and just do anything. He's not LeBron. But yeah, can't coach is like strong. Like he can coach. He can coach. He's doing a great job. It's just that hiccup really bothered me where it's like we have this talented player and you're not using them. Like I can't deal with that. Yeah, I can't deal with that. That dear Sochan finna hit home. Yeah. I haven't started writing it yet. I gotta write it. Clan, I need that goodbye Sochan video immediately. Well, dang, it's already Thursday. It's gonna take time to write it. I'll finish it this weekend. I guess then it'll just be a matter of like when to post it. I gotta get creative when to post it. I might post it after a game. That might be a good time to post it. Oh, that'll be a while. That'll be next Thursday. I want to post it sooner than that. Maybe after an All-Star game? But the All-Star weekend is this weekend. When's the dunk contest? Saturday? Check out Wimby's story. Why'd you show me this? Why you show me? Why you tell me to watch? Why you tell me to go here? The good old days. He was here for like 2 weeks. Who's cutting onions? Yeah. Carter Bryant looking more and more confident each game. Yeah, he looks great. I don't know why he played so little minutes today. It seemed a little unnecessary, but I mean, everyone else was doing fairly well, so can't get too mad, I guess. All right, guys. I hate to hop off when there's so many people in tonight because obviously this was a big game, big day, losing Jeremy, but I'll probably be back tomorrow night. I think that'd be a good idea. So I'll be back on tomorrow night. We can go over the press conferences because I'm sure those should be pretty interesting. So I definitely want to see the post games of everybody talking about, Sochan leaving and everything, and we can talk about that when we get to it. So maybe tomorrow night, talk about the, what people had to say. If the Spurs make any moves, we can talk about it. But yeah, are you gonna go cry, Clan? Nah, I'm okay. Can we see the Sochan plushie, please? It ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm gonna, like, it's staying here. I mean, I still got my Kawhi. Like, I got the Kawhi, figure. Oh, gosh. I need to dust it, dude. It's like, but yeah. Yeah, I still got the Kawhi joint. So, it ain't going nowhere. But, sad nonetheless. Sad nonetheless. He can go dye his hair somewhere else. There you go. No more interacting with chat today. I actually wish I was on a little bit longer so you would suffer. He can come back next time. Anyways. All right, guys. I appreciate the love. Thanks for coming through. Probably, yeah. And get ready for bed and got to be up pretty early tomorrow, so. Remove Jeremy off your video picture, bro. He ain't a Spur no more. Anyways, yeah, I am going to change it, actually. So, don't worry about that. Yeah, it's going to change. I wonder what I'm going to change it to. I'm going to have to find a cool picture. I don't know what I'll change it to. Oh, we could change it to that Carter Bryant dunk that I think the Spurs posted. No, did the Spurs post that? Where did I find that? No, I think it was a photographer that did it. It wasn't the Spurs. It was a separate photographer that had some pretty cool, like, dope pictures. Crap, I might not have it, though. I'm going to have to find it. Did I ever save it? I don't think I saved any of that. I might have saved it. But, anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. No more clown hair on the bench. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to do that. That was too harsh. I accidentally banned them. Okay, you're back. Sorry. I'm getting off anyways. All right, y'all. You have a good night. Bye.